Welcome back to a special episode of Soda City Living. We are at Harvest Hope Food Bank in Columbia, and we are so happy to be here. CEO Erin Rode joins us again to talk about the emergency food pantry.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for being here, yes.
So tell us what this area is all about.
This is our on-site emergency food pantry, and this is where neighbors can come directly to us and get food to help their dollar stretch farther. We have a variety of fresh fruits and produce, proteins, dairy, our staple shelf items as well, but it's really a place where they can come in that time of need and get food to take home with them.
And I know we talked about this before the break, but if we could have a refresher on what does food insecurity mean? Who might that be in real life? What might that look like for someone?
That's a great question. And what food insecurity is that moment in time when somebody has to make a choice between paying a much needed bill and buying food. If you think about how people do their normal monthly bills, they have their rent due at the beginning of the month, their water bill, their electric bill, so everybody writes their bills. What's left over is what you buy food with, and that's for everybody. I don't care if you make $5 million or $50,000, that's kind of how your money flows. And so what happens is, if you have an unexpected emergency, if you are living paycheck to paycheck, and something happens unexpectedly and you don't have those reserve savings, what do you buy food with? And there's not a bill every month for food. And so that's why we're there. We're there in that moment. A lot of our families that come typically need our services 1 to 2 months at a time just to get back on their feet. We are here to keep families in their homes, to keep moms and dads working, to keep our kids fed, to keep our seniors fed in those moments of crisis.
So when you come into the emergency food pantry, you see people coming in with carts.
Yep.
What are they doing? Are those volunteers? Are those families?
Well, right now we have volunteers that do help shop for our families. We are looking to move our emergency food pantry to our Harvest to Home market concept. It's going to feel like a market. My whole goal is if a family's bringing their kids to get food from us, the kids aren't going to know they're going to a food bank. They're going to think they're going to the market. Because when people come and need assistance from a food bank or our food pantries, it's usually their last resort. People ask me all the time, well, how do you know they need it? Because they're here asking for it, honestly. I watch their faces as they come in. If you think about food, it's so personal. You have to eat. And if you aren't able to feed your kids, that's hard. And so when people come and need our assistance, we're going to be there, and we're going to be there gladly, and we want it to be a very dignified experience. So over the next couple months, you'll see a shift. It'll have shelves in here. Our clients will be able to come and shop and pick their own foods that they want to feed their families.
And one thing I love is in this area specifically, you can see all of the fresh produce. It's so colorful and vibrant, and it looks amazing. And it is there truly for our neighbors who are in need, like you said.
They are, and if you think through food and nutrition, you are what you eat. And so we really want to give access to those quality, nutritious food items that's going to build a healthy South Carolina. We love our volunteers to come and help. We love our food drive food. This is actually where we can go and distribute food directly to our clients. We're open 5 days a week here, and so if you need assistance, please feel free to come here.
And one thing that I do want to point out is this is a very busy day at Harvest Hope. I'm sure you have many very busy days, but we actually waited outside in a car line because the need is that great in the community. So could you speak a little bit about, specifically in the Midlands, how big the need is for fresh food?
When we look at numbers in South Carolina, a lot of them are really good, but when we look at our food insecurity rate, we really have one of the higher food insecurity rates in the country. And to me, that's not acceptable. And the reality is, with the number, we can always change it, and it's going to take everyone coming together. It's going to take all of our faith-based partners coming together, all of our political partners coming together, our corporate partners. We have to focus on this need and what's driving it, the root cause issues. Do we have access to transportation? Do we have access to affordable housing? Do we have access to childcare? It's expensive to put your child in daycare, to go get a job, to pay for food, to pay for a house. So if we come together and really look at the root causes that are driving food insecurity, we're really creative in this state. I know we can come up with a plan, because my end goal is to not have a job. That would be a perfect day, is for us to have the last person that needed help come to our food pantry, and then we don't have to be here anymore.
And one thing that really keeps this going, like you said earlier, is volunteers.
Yes.
How many do you need per day, and where do you get the majority of them from?
So I love our volunteers. As you can see, they are from all walks of life. We love our college volunteers. We love our corporate volunteers. We love our retired volunteers. We can't function without our volunteers. Between our 3 branches and to push out the 25 million pounds of food, we need about 200 to 300 a day. So if your church group wants an activity, if your business community wants an activity, it's a great team building activity, or just individualized. We have so many different ways that you can partner with us in a volunteer capacity. We just encourage you to do it.
Thank you so much for sharing the Emergency Food Pantry story with us. I'm so excited for the future of this area. It's going to be a great experience for those who need it. Stay with us after the break. We're going to talk more about volunteer opportunities and how you can help.